This is a trade recap for Tuesday, April 14th, 2026. This is number 3 of 10 for phase 4 of One and Done. It is also the first day of Momentum. Momentum is a course put on by my coach and mentor, Pat Mitchell, where he, again, works with a smaller group of traders to really kind of help work through issues or explore different aspects of trading to kind of push our capabilities and help, identify issues, improve ourselves, and things like that. So yeah, that's a new experience. It's my first time doing that. Lot to take away, a lot to digest with that one. So definitely be doing some reviewing on today's trades, even though it was pretty straightforward in the beginning. And the market is seems a little squirrely right now. And again, just the way it's been acting with all the, again, I guess the news or whatnot is going on. But still everything again works. Plan works, strategy works. That's just a testament to, again, how solid it is and how refined Pat has really gotten it. But with that being said, if you are new or struggling with day trading and you are looking for a high-level coach and mentor, I highly recommend you check out Pat Mitchell over at Trick Trades. You can find his website at tricktrades.com. It is probably, again, the best place to learn how to day trade. Whether you're, again, like you said, you're new or struggling, he knows exactly what he's doing. He's been at this for over a decade now. Yeah, well over a decade. And he knows his stuff, and he proves it day in, day out, live on screen share. And it's pretty something you got to really see live to really be able to wrap your head around it, and just like how masterful he is about this. So he is definitely the right person to learn from. So go ahead, give the site a read over, see if it's what you're looking for. Again, it's an education service, not an alert service. You kind of want a sampling of the information he puts out. He also has a YouTube channel. You can find that over at Trick Trades as well. He has over 1,700 videos on his YouTube page. It's a vault of information. It's just a lot to sift through and put all the pieces together yourself. So if you want to make that attempt, good luck to you. It's easier just to, again, learn directly from the source. If you're interested in joining, check the description below. You'll find a link to save you a little bit of money on your first month of membership. And hopefully we will see you there. Now let's go ahead and get into the recording for today. All right. So here's a recording from this morning, about 10 seconds before the open. So the way this is laid out is we only trade SPY and Qs, just those two. We don't trade any other tickers. This top row is SPY, this bottom row is Qs. What you'll see here on the left is the daily chart. Charts in the middle are the 1 minute charts, and I keep my order execution here on the right. This is just how I like laid out. You'll probably have it similar, but again, everyone's got their own kind of flavor for exactly how they want that laid out. I try to emulate basically what Pat does because he's the one that is successful at this. These blue levels you see here, these are the levels that Pat chooses for us and develops a trade plan around. Once he sets these, they do not move for any reason. If you have to move your levels, once the market is open, you don't have a trade plan. You're kind of just flying by the seat of your pants, and that's probably not going to really work out too well for you. So, like I said, 10 seconds before the open, we're looking for the long on Qs and the short on SPY. I marked out some, again, pre-market levels here in yellow. Just drew them in real quick, just for things to keep an eye on. So let's go ahead and get into it. We open and immediately we start popping up. Again, that's close enough to get started with a small size. So again, grabbed it with a very small position, small starter, partial, just to see what happens from there. Immediately start getting some resolution and follow through. So it's one of those things where it's like, that may be all it gets. I mean, it happened pretty quick, and that's kind of been a theme as of late, is that when we get that open, we get a really nice solid pop, and then sometimes that's all you get. So as you see, just kind of giving it a moment, see when that kind of comes back up to give a place to potentially give a ad to kind of come up to that full size starter, or if it's just going to follow through and obviously have to pay yourself. I made the decision to pay myself because again, it started to follow through. But it's one of those things we're not quite done with the trade yet. If it gives another opportunity to add, quote unquote, as a continuation of the trade, so it'll be one of those things that I'm going to take that. So as you can see, again, in with one, out with one so far. Qs is kind of coming up, getting close to the pre-market high range right there. SPY, again, little more labored, I would say. That was something I did notice today in between SPY and Qs, and Pat was kind of going over this in terms of like just going over the price action of just how they're kind of trading off back and forth, like who was kind of leading. It was, again, he had a really good price actually dissection and explanation, and honestly, it's stuff that I never would have picked up on if he hadn't explained it. So that's the value of having someone that really knows what they're doing. Just grabbing a quick screenshot there. And let's see here. Kind of starts coming up. Again, might be a chance here to get that, again, continuation. Going to do it with small size because, again, most things we're still got plenty of room to come up to test the actual level, and Qs has a long ways to come up. But it is kind of aligning with the pre-market highs of on Qs. So it's just one of those things, like some things you got to keep in watch. So go ahead and add it back in there. I'm going to play this one pretty close to the chest. I'm not going to let it, and again, get too wet and wild. If it gets follow through, going to take it. If not, again, it's one of those things where I might have to manage out of the position. And again, starts to kind of break down a little bit. Qs kind of came into that pre-market high. Now they're rejecting. So on that, peel it out. So I traded 2 contracts total. The P&L on that was $40. And again, for the size, it's like, that's what we were working with. And again, trying to still be honest with, again, or consistent with one and done. And it's kind of a good thing because the market, like as the morning unfolded, it was pretty weird, honestly. I don't think I've ever, it's been a long time since I think I've seen the market trade like this, in terms of just how, again, it was trading in terms of who was leading and kind of like going sideways and the reaction and how extended we are, and the lack of like, what I would call, like, I would say normal pullbacks to support. Because when you're doing this, it's kind of actually like you're kind of favoring the short, but at the same time, it's like not necessarily afraid to take the long if it sets up properly. But yeah, that was pretty much that trade. All right, now we're into the charts. Where's my entries? So here's the entry: in with one, out with one, in with one, out with one. On SPY, that was based on right in here. As you can see, it did come up into the level and again do a quick reaction. Then ultimately just kind of moved above, went sideways for a bit, and then moved higher. And that's kind of just one of those things. Like the price action was a bit weird, and as you can see on the daily, it moved higher. And again, I was not expecting that for with how extended we are from, again, this big massive like gap up. I would expect it to actually try and retest some lower support, but so far hasn't really done that. I'm guessing that's something that's still to come in the future. When, who knows? So there is that aspect of it. But all in all, good day. I mean, it's, again, interesting price action, something to, again, digest and really try and understand, because it's maybe something we're going to see more of this week, next week kind of thing. And yeah, the right way to handle it. So first day with momentum, that was interesting. Really curious to see how that goes over the course. It's an 8-week thing, and see ultimately where we end up and what all we get to learn this time. Other than that, that's more or less all I have, and hopefully everyone had a good morning and enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll catch you later for the next one. Like I said before, if you're looking for a high-level coach and mentor, check out Pat Mitchell over at tricktrades.com. Other than that, that's all I got. So we'll see you tomorrow for the next one. Have a good one.